Olive was standing by a swimming pool, surrounded by lots of cheering people. She was wearing a bright yellow swimming costume and goggles.
Are all these people here to see me?
Suddenly, a voice boomed out from some loudspeakers.
Up next in the high diving competition is Braveheart Beaver, the undefeated 5-time gold medal winner.
Olive realised she was in the queue for a high diving board behind Braveheart Beaver and an elephant.
A high diving competition, and I must be one of the contestants!
Exclaimed Olive. Olive was wondering why the elephant in front of her was shaking.
I'm Olive. Why are you shaking?
Hello, I'm nervous Nellie,
said the elephant.
I'm shaking because I'm a bit nervous about jumping off that high diving board. I have this terrible fear of heights.
Olive looked up at the diving board.
Oh, I see. It is rather high.
Braveheart Beaver scores 26,
said the announcer.
Up next, Nervous Nellie.
I can't do it,
said Nellie sadly.
I can't do it. I'm off home.
She slowly walked towards the door, hanging her head and trunk in shame. Olive tried to think of an idea to help Nellie. It was then that she spotted a man with a beard selling peanuts.
Peanuts! Get your fresh salty peanuts here!
Shouted the man.
Elephants love peanuts. I think I may have an idea.
Olive quickly bought a pack of peanuts and began to drop a trail of peanuts along the floor, up the steps of the diving board, and then along the diving board itself. Nellie noticed the trail of peanuts.
Oh, I love peanuts,
she exclaimed. She followed the trail, eating the peanuts as she walked towards the ladder, then up the ladder, and along the end of the diving board where Olive was standing.
If you want the rest, you'll have to eat them before they get wet.
Olive threw the rest of the peanuts off the edge of the diving board. Nellie leapt off after the peanuts. She sucked up all the peanuts as they fell through the air, spectacularly twisting around all over the place before landing in the pool with an almighty splash.
Nervous Nellie scores 27,
said the announcer.
And now we have one more contestant, Olive the Ostrich.
OK, now for my big finish.
Olive gathered all her courage and ran towards the edge of the board. But the board was still covered in peanuts. Olive slipped and lost her balance. She went flying off the board, doing a flip, a triple backward somersault and a corkscrew spin.
Olive scores a perfect 30. She's the winner.
I can't believe it. I won the gold medal,
exclaimed Olive.
And I can't believe I overcame my fear of heights,
said Nellie.
Oh, thanks for all your help, Olive.
Oh, it was nothing.
As the crowd continued to clap and cheer, Olive realised it was time to go.
Typical Olive, daydreaming again,
said her mum.
Okay, actually, I won a high diving competition.
Your head's been in the sand too long, dear,
said Olive's dad. Her little brother laughed. But Olive wasn't listening. She was already dreaming of her next big adventure.
Where? Oh, goodness, you found a magic wand. Where? Ooh, do some magic, silly duck. But, don't do anything silly, please. Where? A banana? More magic! More! Ooh! I'm flying! Ooh, my slippers! Oh no! Oh well, I suppose my slippers are bananas now. Oh no! My letter to the council! Oh, I needed that. Oh well. Go on, silly duck, make another banana. Silly duck. Did you turn me into a banana? Where? You know how to turn me back, right? Where?
Olive was wearing a bright yellow safety jacket and a hard hat and big black boots.
Egg, I should be nice and safe wearing this lot.
She was standing on a building site. There was a house being built, but it was only half finished. Lots of workmen were sitting around doing nothing. One read a newspaper, another was fast asleep.
Oh, look, there's some bird over there.
Said one.
Yes, I am a bird, thanks very much. I'm an ostrich.
Can I help at all?
Said a gruff voice. Olive turned to see a big man with lots of stubble on his face. With him was a little boy.
Oh, hello, I'm Olive. It doesn't seem very busy here.
I'm Butch the foreman. We're meant to be building this brand new home, but my son Eric here came to visit me today and he brought his pet puppy Gordon.
Yes, and Gordon slipped off his lead and ran off with the special plans to the house. They're called blueprints. Now he's lost somewhere on the building site.
Blueprints. They sound important.
They certainly are. Without those blueprints, none of my men can do any work.
Olive spotted a van selling sausage sandwiches next to the building site. The sausages smelled really good.
Some tasty smelling sausages. A lost puppy. I think I may have an idea. Butch, can I borrow that digger, please?
Go right ahead, but Eric and I will ride with you. Safety first around here.
Olive jumped into the digger with Butch and Eric.
Easy.
She drove it over to the van and asked the owner to put a whole pile of sausages into the bucket and tie strings of sausages to the back of the digger. Olive drove the digger full of sausages all over the building site.
Keep your eyes peeled for Gordon. When he smells all these sausages, he's sure to come out from his hiding place.
She drove past the cement mixer. Eric peered inside but couldn't see Gordon. Olive drove past the crane. Eric looked up inside the cab, but the puppy wasn't inside. Then she drove all around the half-finished house.
I don't see Gordon anywhere.
Olive turned to see there were lots of dogs chasing the digger.
Gig, they must be after the sausages.
Maybe Gordon's with them. Let's stop and see.
Olive stopped the digger and they gave the sausages to the hungry dogs. But Gordon wasn't with them.
It's no good. I think Gordon's lost forever.
But then Olive heard something. The sound of someone snoring gently. It was coming from underneath the sausage van. Olive peered under the van and there, fast asleep, was a little puppy.
Gordon, we found ya.
Gordon had a big fat tummy from eating lots of sausages and he was also lying on something. It was the blueprints for the house.
Excellent. Now we can finish building this home for stray dogs.
All the dogs barked happily when they heard this.
Thanks for helping me find Gordon, Olive.
And thanks for helping me find the blueprints for the dog home. Would you like to stay for a sausage sandwich?
I think I've seen quite enough sausages for one day, thanks.
They all laughed, and as they did, Olive realised it was time to go.
Typical Olive, daydreaming again.
Said her mum.
Okay. Actually, I've been helping find a lost puppy on a building site.
Your head's been in the sun too long, dear.
Said Olive's dad. Her little brother laughed. But Olive wasn't listening. She was already dreaming of her next big adventure.
Hep, 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 hoop, doop, hep, hep. Whack, 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 whack. Okay, silly duck. I'll kick the football and you get in goal. Whack. Ready? Whack, hep, bip. Whack. Oh dear. Try again, silly duck. Hip. Whack. Oh, silly duck. That's not how you do it. You're supposed to stop the ball. Try again. Whack. Hip. Whack. Bleh. Whack. Bleh. Whack. Bleh. Oh, silly duck! Look, I'll show you how it's done. I'll get in goal. Okay, silly duck, you kick the ball and I'll stop it. Oh, goodness gracious, oh dear! I think you win, silly duck. No, silly duck.
Until she popped up somewhere new. Olive was in a beautiful garden on a hot summer's day. There were brightly coloured flowers everywhere and there wasn't a cloud in the sky.
Ah, what a lovely place to be.
Suddenly, a little old lady in a large sun hat hurried past, muttering and groaning as she walked.
Oh, hello, I'm Olive. Are you okay?
Oh, I'm just so tired.
Said the lady.
My name's Mary. I've been working in my garden all morning. It's hard work keeping a garden in such fine shape, you know.
And what a fine garden it is. But don't you want to just relax and enjoy the sunshine, Mary?
Of course, but the hot sun has dried out the ground, so the flowers have no water to drink. That's why they're wilting and drooping.
Oh, I see.
I've been trying to water them all day, but my watering can has this hole in the bottom, and the tap is at the other end of the garden. By the time I reach the flowers, all the water has leaked out. Look! Apart from doing a rain dance, I'm not sure what to do.
A rain dance? What's that?
It's a special dance you do that's supposed to make it rain.
Oh, I'm an excellent dancer. Let's give this rain dance a try.
Okay, it's worth a go.
So Olive and Mary danced around the garden, trying to make it rain. They danced and danced in the hot sun until they were so tired that they couldn't dance anymore.
I'm not sure we're doing this quite right.
Panted Olive.
No, and now it's not only the flowers that are thirsty, but that I can fix.
Said Mary as she went off to get them both a drink. She soon returned, carrying 2 large glasses of lemonade, each with a straw in it. Olive was so thirsty, she drank it all down in one go.
Delicious.
Exclaimed Olive, feeling immediately refreshed.
If only it were this easy to help my thirsty flowers. How are we going to get the water to them?
Olive noticed the straws in their drinks.
Straws? Thirsty flowers? I think I may have an idea. Do you have any more straws, Mary?
Oh, yes, I have a whole box.
Olive took lots of straws and fixed them all together to make some really long straws that reached the whole length of the garden. She stuck one end of the straws into the ground at the base of each flower and the other end of all the straws into the tap. It was a pretty tight fit.
See? We've given all the flowers a straw so they can drink the water straight from the tap.
A wonderful idea, Olive.
Mary turned on the tap. The water started to flow along the straws.
It's working!
Cried Olive. Mary turned on the tap some more, but the extra water pushed the straws out of the tap. They flew everywhere and squirted water all over Olive and Mary.
Oh, what are we going to do now?
Just then, Olive felt a drop of water land on her beak, and then another.
It's raining!
As it rained, one by one, the wilting flowers started to stand up tall.
Oh, my little beauties look so much happier now.
Perhaps our rain dance worked after all.
They both laughed, and as they did, Olive realised it was time to go.
Typical Olive, daydreaming again.
Said her mum.
Actually, I've been doing a thirsty flower rain dance.
Your head's been in the sun too long, dear.
Said Olive's dad. Her little brother laughed. But Olive wasn't listening. She was already dreaming of her next big adventure.
Wah. Oh, hello, silly duck. You want to play I Spy? Wah. Okay, you go first. Oh, armchair. Book. Wah. Banana. Wah. Magic cauldron. Wah. But I don't know what else it could be. What's the answer? Wah. The answer is you, silly duck. Wah. Silly duck. Wah.
Olive saw beautiful plants and flowers everywhere. She was in the jungle. Olive was wearing an explorer's hat and boots. She had a camera and a magnifying glass.
Grr! I have everything I need to explore this place.
She was about to set off when she noticed something odd. Some leaves which seemed to float along above the ground. Olive took out her magnifying glass and looked closer at the leaves.
Those leaves aren't floating. Tiny ants are carrying them to their anthill.
Olive photographed the ants and walked off into the trees. First, she passed a splashing waterfall. Olive took a photo with her camera. Next, she passed an enormous blue flower. She took a photo of that too. Finally, she found herself on a cliff top where she took a photo of the spectacular view. Olive thought she'd stop to take a rest. Suddenly, she heard a little voice.
I'm lost. Could you please help me find my way back home?
Olive turned and saw a brightly coloured parrot.
Well, sure. I'd love to help you. I'm Olive.
Well, sure. I'd love to help you. I'm Olive.
Olive was confused.
No, my name's Olive. What's yours?
No, my name's Olive. What's yours?
Wait, why are you repeating everything I say?
Wait, why are you repeating everything I say?
I'm sorry. I should probably be getting on my way.
I'm sorry. I should probably be getting on my way. No, please don't go. I really am lost. My name is Anthony the Ant, and I really want to go home.
I think you're a parrot, not an ant.
I think you're a parrot.
Okay, that's enough.
Said Olive. Olive held her magnifying glass up to the parrot's face, and sitting on top of the parrot's head was a tiny little ant.
You see, I'm using the parrot to talk for me because my voice is so tiny and quiet.
Olive plucked the ant carefully from the parrot's head, and the parrot flew away.
It's good to meet you, Anthony. Maybe I can help you find your way home.
Well, I live in a huge anthill. Have you seen it?
You mean like this one?
Yes, that's my home. Can you take me there, Olive?
Olive wasn't sure she knew which direction to take. It was then she remembered all the other photos she'd taken while walking all day, and could see she had made footprints as she walked.
A trail of footprints showing where I came from. And lots of photographs. I think I may have an idea.
Olive placed Anthony on her shoulder and began walking back, retracing the footprints she'd left.
If I look through my photos, I can find your anthill, Anthony.
Using the photos, she walked back, past the spectacular view, then past the enormous blue flower, and then past the splashing waterfall. Finally, Olive and Anthony arrived back at the anthill. Loads of ants came out to welcome him home. They were so pleased, they picked Olive up and cheered.
I think I might be getting ants in my pants.
Exclaimed Olive. Olive and the ants all laughed, and as they did, Olive realised it was time to go.
Typical Olive, daydreaming again.
Said her mum.
Actually, I helped an ant in the jungle.
Your head's been in the sand too long, dear.
Said Olive's dad. Her little brother laughed. But Olive wasn't listening. She was already dreaming of her next big adventure.
This way, silly duck. Quickly! We have to catch the bus. Where? There's no time for going down slides, silly duck. We must stay here and wait for the bus. What the? Silly duck, I said there's no time for slides. We don't want to miss the bus, okay? No more slides. What the? Silly duck! Silly duck, listen. Silly duck, listen. We have to catch the bus. We have a bus to catch. We must get on that bus. So don't go down the slide. Silly duck. What did I say about going down the slide? That's right. I said don't go down the... No! The bus! No! Silly duck, come down. We're going to miss the bus. Silly duck!
Olive was standing in the middle of a huge amusement park. People were having a great time everywhere.
Great! Lots of fun things to do here.
Whoa! Suddenly something zoomed over Olive's head. She looked up to see people riding on a roller coaster. Olive thought it looked very scary.
Oh, wow. Wish I could have a go on that.
Olive looked down and saw a little hamster.
Hello, I'm Olive.
I'm Harry. I really want to ride the Mega Scream roller coaster.
The Mega Scream. I don't like the sound of that at all.
Problem is, I'm not allowed to go on it on my own. Would you like to ride the Mega Scream with me?
Olive took another look at the Mega Scream. As she did, the roller coaster cars did a loop-the-loop. Olive gulped. The Mega Scream looked really scary to her.
It does look like lots of fun, but it's very hot today. We could get sunburned so high up. Maybe we should save it for later when it's cooler.
Oh, okay then.
Olive could see how disappointed the little hamster was, and she wanted to cheer him up. Olive looked around at all the other rides.
An amusement park with lots of fun things to do. I think I may have an idea. Come on, Harry. We're going to have the most fun day ever.
Olive decided that she and Harry would try everything in the amusement park, apart from the Mega Scream, of course. They threw coconuts at the coconut shy. They had a go on the carousel.
Ooh, this is fun,
said Olive as they went round and round. They slid down the helter-skelter.
Whee!
They even had a go on the dodgem cars. Soon, they had tried pretty much everything in the amusement park, apart from the Mega Scream roller coaster.
Can we go on the Mega Scream now?
I'm really hungry. Why don't we get some yummy ice creams?
Oh, ice cream, my favourite.
It was Olive's favourite too. They went and bought 2 huge cones. But Olive's ice cream was so big, she couldn't see where she was walking.
Olive, shall we try this one last ride over here?
Why not?
Said Olive, not seeing what the ride was. She and Harry took their seats, and suddenly a metal bar came down over them.
What ride is this?
It's the Mega Scream. Here we go.
Before Olive could say anything, the roller coaster accelerated away. Olive and Harry went zooming and loop-the-looping all over the park.
Isn't it amazing, Olive?
I thought I'd be scared, but now I'm on it. This is the best ride ever.
Finally, the ride came to the end. Olive and Harry looked down. Their ice creams had disappeared.
Oh.
They looked behind them to see 2 foxes covered in ice cream.
Oh, sorry. Our ice creams must have flown off the cones somewhere on the ride.
We rather enjoyed our surprise snack,
said one of the foxes. Olive and Harry got off the Mega Scream.
Thanks for giving me such an amazing afternoon.
And thank you for helping me get over my fear of roller coasters.
Chuckled Olive. They both laughed. And as they did, Olive realised it was time to go.
Typical Olive, daydreaming again.
Said her mum.
Okay, actually, I rode the Mega Scream roller coaster.
Your head's been in the sand too long, dear,
said Olive's dad. Her little brother laughed. But Olive wasn't listening. She was already dreaming of her next big adventure.
duck! Be careful! Stop doing your silly dance! You'll slip on those bananas! Why don't you go and read a book while I clean up these stinky bananas? Right, time to clean up these bananas. But I must be careful. One wrong move and I'll slip over. Easy. Easy. Oh, no, no! I can't stop slipping on these bananas. Oh, silly duck, help! Silly duck, help! Oh no! Now I'm slipping on 2 bananas. Every time I fall over, I just slip on another banana. Oh no! Oh no! Now there's even more bananas! Why? Why must this be so? Silly duck! Silly duck, help! No! There! Thank you, silly duck. You're my hero. You're doing the silly dance? Ah, well, I suppose I can join in. Oh no! Oh no! It's happening again! More bananas! Silly duck!